Hi there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 13th. Thank you for checking out this video, and I'll say it again because people are still asking about readings. If you just go to the link below in the description, or just click on any one of the buttons that's here on the video, it'll take you to my website with all my readings there. For the people that are interested, you can check out all the readings that are on there. But let's get to this week. You have an interesting week today. I'm getting a lot of kind of or I should say next week, or the week of the 13th. You have an interesting week. I'm getting a lot of interesting messages. This is the Jack of Clubs. This is the first card you have. And the Jack of Clubs is an interesting card. I mean, Jacks are all about being youthful and playful, so I think you'll be feeling those things this week. I think you will be feeling youthful and playful, maybe a little bit more so than usual. But what I'm really getting off of this card is that you're going to be doing like a lot of mental work. I always say that clubs represent the brain, and they represent doing anything that has to do with the brain. But the jacks have fun doing it, so they actually enjoy it. It's kind of like anything that's going to require a lot of mental, a lot of your mental energy. You'll actually be enjoying it this week. And I think it's kind of like one of those things where whatever it is that you're doing in life, and again, this can be anything. So this could be involving getting into a relationship, starting a business, getting a job, anything that requires mental work. You're going to enjoy working at it, and you're going to be engaged. I get that you're going to be feeling really engaged, and feeling like you're kind of making good use of your time in a lot of ways. So that's a good sign. A lot of the times when we feel like we're moving forward, as long as we're doing something, we feel like we're moving forward in life. It makes us feel better. And I mean, you have a lot of cards here that represent just kind of feeling better. Next, you have the Four of Clubs. And again, I'm getting an interesting message from this, and it's saying that it's kind of one of those cards. It represents work on whatever it is that you're going to be working on, mental work like this, but it represents the more you do, the more you will get out of a situation. So, whatever that means. If you want more money from your job, the harder you work, the more you'll get. Same thing with the business. You want more money from your business, the harder you work this week, the more you'll get. On the flip side, this card represents if you don't do the work, if you don't do anything to better your situation, it's going to go the other direction. So, whatever it is that you're working on this week, make sure that you're working extra hard on it, because you'll get much better returns. And if you kind of are in a situation where you're feeling a little negative, a little bit down, do some of that mental work, like I said, because it'll make you feel better, because you'll be moving forward. And this card says you'll literally be moving forward, even if you're in a really negative situation. Love-wise, work-wise, money-wise, it doesn't matter. Like I said, pretty much everything. If you start to work on it, then it will come into your life. That's what this card says. This card also does represent needing to double check things. It's kind of like the traditional meaning. If you were to go to somebody who reads playing cards traditionally, they would tell you that you need to just double check things this week. I think you've gotten this message in the past as well. It's kind of one of those cards that says, double check your work kind of deal. Double check that if you enter into any contracts or anything like that, just make sure everything everything is good and everything will work out. Like I say, it's not a negative card. It's not saying that something is going to happen. It's just saying don't let something happen. Next, you have the Eight of Hearts. Another great card. It represents getting gifts from the universe. It's literally represents an exchange of energy, and it's a positive exchange. And it's just like a gift, something that you've probably worked for in the past, maybe even just karma-wise. You've done some good deeds in the past or whatever, and so now what it's doing is it's bringing all of that goodness back into your life. This is a good card to get. And it can also, it can be a lot of things. Some people say that this card represents anything positive, that is an exchange of energy. So that's rather confusing, but, a lot of traditional readers would read this as an invitation to a party, getting invited to a party, which is an exchange of energy. But it can also just be a regular gift, just something coming to you that you deserve. Like I said, it's very positive. And it's usually unexpected. You usually don't expect it to be coming in. It's just one of those things that just like shows up. So that is a positive message. And then you have the Four of Hearts, another Hearts card, another four. By the way, this is your second four that you've had. You had the first mental four, and then the Hearts four. This represents new stuff going on in your life. It can represent travel. It can represent a change in your business. It can a change in the job, change in your house. I always say that fours really represent the home. So a lot of changes going on at your home, and uh, in the typically in the way that it relates to the people in your home. However, you have this four of clubs, and I'm just trying to kind of see what the two are trying to tell you this week. One I think is that you'll be doing a lot of this stuff from home probably, even though, this card does represent travel, so it does represent, going someplace, but I would have to say that if you're going anywhere this week, it's probably going to just be closer to home. But this card brings with it a lot of stability, a lot of protection. The house cards pretty much all do. They all make you feel the feelings of being home. And the other way to look at this card is if you are traveling long distance, it would probably be someplace that you've lived in the past or you would like to consider your home. So that is another interesting message. Like I said, you have a very, interesting week this week. Just remember to work extra hard this week on whatever you're trying to change in your life, because the overall message here is that the harder you work on whatever it is that you want, the more it will be attracted to you. So thank you for watching this reading. I really appreciate it.